shouldn't even have the ability to make the decision to stay on the island by himself. That's just no, it just doesn't work like that. We came here together, we're all leaving together. It's that simple. Hey guys, so this is gonna be more of a serious video. I already wanted to cover this video since a couple days ago. I did some research on it, but I knew I really needed to cover it as soon as I saw my mother had sent me the link to the article through my text messages. So I'm just like, all right guys, so this is one of those, and this is one of those stories that's been all over my timeline. So basically, for background, there's this 18-year-old black football player who went to an island with this all-white friend group, right? 4th of July. And according to authorities and all these news sources, he was in an all-white friend group, right? All-white friend group. And at some point, the group just came back without, bro. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but it's been buzzing around the internet. And, a search began. And, a couple of days later, he was found dead. So what I have for us pulled up is I have this news clip pulled up from WLOX News. I'm probably not saying that right at all, but yeah, I mean, let's just give it a listen, bro.
For answers in the mysterious death of Nolan Wells after a July 4th boating trip. Authorities are again asking the public for any information, including videos possibly connected to the case. Alex Perez has been on this story for us and has the latest. Good morning again, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Robin. The family of Nolan Wells says they need answers on what happened to their son, and they're hoping their new attorney will help get some of those answers.
This morning, the hunt for clues as Nolan Wells' loved ones fight for answers in the 18-year-old's death. Investigators renewing their request for the public's help, asking anyone on Horn Island July 4th to contact them if they had any interactions with Nolan Wells, possess any unedited photos and videos taken on the northwest tip of the island, or observed an argument, disturbance, or other unusual activity.
Now, if we can get those that actually were there and true witnesses to come forward to us, we'd be grateful for that. That would greatly help our investigation.
The beloved football player and a group of friends were celebrating Independence Day on the popular, undeveloped, 10-mile-long barrier island just south of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. New video showing the remote location, which is accessible only by private
One thing I do
boat.
want to say, yo, is always protect yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Never, especially an island like this where there's obviously not that many people, please always be thinking about, okay, if I'm putting myself in this situation, how well do I know these people? How safe am I? You know what I'm saying? This is really, this is stuff that could obviously, save your life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is just a very unfortunate and tragic situation that's happened, bro.
Wells was last seen alive 3 p.m. Saturday. Family members identified remains discovered off the shore Monday morning. Overnight, their attorney Ben Crump telling our Lindsay Davis they now have questions about his cell phone.
The fact that then when the family gets the cell phone back, Lindsay, they're saying they are trying to understand why they're deleted messages. And so it's very concerning.
Keep this in mind, guys, because I do have another video for us, but just, yeah.
Ashley Cole, a Mississippi Chancery judge and mother of one of the friends who was on Horn Island with Wells, speaking out on social media to dispel some rumors with facts, writing, "Our son Warren loved Nolan dearly."
Here's one thing that annoys me about the whole situation. Like, if I'm taking people I know on a group ride out somewhere, we're not leaving that place until our whole group comes back, bro. And that is the whole where a lot of this outrage has come from, right? Because who are you to bring other parents' kids to an island? They're entrusting you with their children, and who are you to come back without those kids? It really just doesn't make any sense to me, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? It's really selfish, and it makes you think. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you think that something foul had to happen here, bro. It's ridiculous.
Cole, who had deactivated her account as her son and other friends faced scrutiny after Wells' death, returning to Facebook saying Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. Cole says her son left Wells before returning to the mainland because the boat was taking on water and had a mechanical issue.
See, If the boat is taking on water and has mechanical issues, none of us are leaving. What are you talking about? We're gonna leave this kid here because our boat is having issues? Because our boat is having issues? That literally just doesn't make any sense. What we're gonna do is we're all gonna stay on this island. I don't know if there's hotels there or whatever. We're getting a hotel. We're staying for however long until the boat is fixed. You can't leave a teenager there by himself. That just doesn't make any sense. Bro probably had no money or anything like that. And this is just us taking her statements at face value.
Nolan, she said, made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Wells' family attorneys plan to conduct an independent autopsy and investigation.
We're trying to be very transparent because...
See, again, at the end of the day, bro is, what, 18, bro? You're supposed to be the parents, the chaperones in charge of the whole thing. He shouldn't even have the ability to make the decision to stay on the island by himself. That's just no, it just doesn't work like that. We came here together. We're all leaving together. So that's important.
The family has some concerns about the state of Mississippi doing an investigation of the death of a young black man.
Wells' former football coach remembering the teenager as someone who had a bright future and made everyone smile.
The smile he had was $1 million smile, and he just made everybody around him, man, just happy and better. It's a devastating moment for everybody that know Nolan and, you know, just love Nolan. And, man, and we all got to come together and be strong for Nolan.
And the family attorney says Wells was an elite athlete and could swim. They plan to have their own private investigator interview witnesses. Guys?
That's right, because they don't want speculation, they want investigation,
right.
And that is what they're asking for. Alex, thank you for staying.
Right. Yeah, guys, this is just an unfortunate situation all around. My condolences to Nolan Wells and his family, obviously. And really, I wanted to get into a part where I really relate with this story. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, you know, I live in a pretty good area, and in this area there's just a lot of there wasn't a lot of people like me, let's put it like that, right? And you know, whenever I was asked to, you know, go to a sleepover or go to someone else's house, and my mother would say, you know, no, or, you know, I just thought, you know, she was being paranoid. You know what I'm saying? I thought, like, you know, I really didn't understand it at the time, because obviously when you're a child, all you hear is, I can't go to my friend's house. It's unfortunate. But when you hear stories like this, it really makes you understand why parents have those types of conversations and those thoughts when across their mind. You know what I'm saying? And I have another thing here, actually. This is new. This wasn't, I already made the script and everything, and then I just seen this video. Let's react to this video right now, an hour ago. And it says, deleted text messages found on Nolan Wells' phone after death. Now, I'm not sure if they're saying the messages were deleted after his death, or they just found the phone after his death. Let's get into it.
Club for Plus News. I'm John Abba. Breaking news coming out of our coverage on the case of Nolan Wells, a young black man who would end up missing on a remote island with a group of friends in Mississippi, in which he would be found washed ashore 2 days later. Wow. At the center of the conversation lies what happened to the 18-year-old that day, in which this unanswered question has left many feeling that foul play is involved.
Right.
Now, a part of those reasons for some is Wells appearing to be the only black friend amongst his group of all-white friends that he traveled to the island with. And while look, another reason is that
another
there
thing
was
I want to say,
argument.
Surround yourself with people similar to yourself, man. Because at the end of the day, right, you putting yourself in a situation where everyone is different from you, come on, that's come on, that's not the safest thing at all, man. Like, I don't like, you always want to at least have a couple people that you can at least relate to yourself, you know what I'm saying, to a base level. And it's just things like this, man. It's just things like this, they add up, and then situations like this happen, and it really makes you think, man.
That took place on the island amongst those same friends and Nolan. Now, as mentioned, the family has hired civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, who will now lead an independent investigation at autopsy. On Wednesday night, Crump would sit down with ABC News, where he would discuss his involvement with the case. And now, to the shock of viewers, would reveal that Wells' parents saw that messages were deleted out of his phone before it was returned to them by one of those friends.
See?
What
See,
was
it's
going
things
on
like
with his...
this, man. It's just not adding up. It's really not adding up. Because me personally, I feel like something foul happened, right? If you're gonna ask what I think about the situation, too many things not adding up. He's on a group with all friends trip, all white friends, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he randomly, decides to stay back by himself for whatever reason. Me, I'm 19, right? I would never say that. I'm like, whoa, I'm not getting left like this. I'm gonna be like, I would rather us all wait. You know what I'm saying? If I can't go with you, right? And the thing is, why couldn't he even go with them on the boat in the first place? They said they left him because the boat was on blah, 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 blah. Where was he in this situation? Was he not in your yard? You're saying he was an entire island, like across the island or something? Like, what is the situation, man? And then stuff like this happens. Messages were deleted off of his phone before they were returned. So they got the password to the phone or whatever. They tampering with messages. It's really not adding up at all, man. Genuinely.
Cell phone.
Yeah, and that's something that's really troubling to his family as well. The guys on the boat, they said Nolan stayed, but they took his cell phone. That's not adding up to them. And when the family gets the cell phone back, Lindsay, they're saying they are trying to understand why they're deleted messages.
I'm 19, bro. We're not leaving our phone anywhere, especially if we're on an island, bro. It just doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, take my phone with you. I'm just gonna be on an island all by myself. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make any sense.
And so
now, as mentioned, many have already started pointing fingers at Wells' group of friends whom he traveled to the island with, and their silence for some appears to be very suspicious. On Wednesday, the mother of one of the boys named Warren would finally speak after more and more people.
Does she not look like creepy? Like, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, but that's just like the creepiest. Like no, bro. I don't know if she got like Botox or something, bro, or like something going on, bro. But this right here, bro. Nah.
You to accuse her son of being connected to Nolan's death, and even the concern with her being a judge. On her Facebook, Ashley Cole would say, "Our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son Warren loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it is appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook."
Okay, he's reading this kind of slow. I'm gonna read it. "Given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now, I fear for the safety of my child and my children." But you didn't fear for the safety of Nolan? But I mean, come on now. "My husband and I have 6 children and we covet their privacy. We do not believe that it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet, presenting potential threats to their safety." But you didn't think of potential threats to Nolan's safety? Like, a lot of this is very contradictory. You can't, because people don't switch between, their baseline views or how they act as an individual. The mothers that I've seen, they act like that to all children, bro. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? The same race or not, you know what I'm saying? You can't just switch between caring about someone's safety and then suddenly not caring, and then caring and then not caring. It really doesn't make any sense to me. And now, "I graduated high school with Christine Wells Wansley. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all of the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and will continue to be with them." Right. "My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point of the 4th of July. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers. Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last at around 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taken on water and they had an issue with the bilge pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends." Okay, but why? Was there not enough space? I mean, they all came on the same boat, right? What would make him be like, "I'm gonna stay on this island by myself, take my phone, I have no way to contact anyone outside of this island"? Like, what sense does that make? Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. I apologize if anyone was offended that I deleted my social media. There were no nefarious motivations in deleting my social media. Social media has a lot of positives, but a whole lot of negatives. We live in a world of clickbaiting. Sad but true. My family is hopeful that this information will help to redirect the attention of the Wells family and their grief and their need for our community's support. Now, here's the thing, right? The way I think about things, why would a non-guilty person delete their social media account? Can y'all answer that for me right now? Why would someone who's not guilty delete their social media, right? I understand maybe privating it, but she's saying she deleted her. To me, it just sounds like you're trying to hide stuff, right? Genuinely. It genuinely just sounds like you're trying to hide stuff. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. Like, I just see a lot of contradictory statements in here, bro. Please answer the question. Why would Nolan choose to stay by himself, return with another group of friends that he didn't even go with in the first place, and give you his phone? That way he doesn't have access to the outside world, right? Because at the end of the day, no matter what my generation is doing, people around my age, they're always going to be on their phones, whether they're watching social media, whether they're it could be anything, listening to music, which is huge, especially if you're on a different island. Why would this dude give you his phone? And then why would there be deleted messages on it? But come on.
And their need, despite what they're hearing from other parents and the Schiff family, their grief and their need for our community support. Now, despite what they're hearing from other parents and the sheriff expressing they haven't found any evidence of foul play, Nolan's family is not letting up. As Crump would point out in his interview with ABC News, there are some clear inconsistencies taking place,
right,
like the young lady who Nolan was last seen speaking with, sharing that Nolan went back to the boat his friends were on, while those friends, as you can see, are saying that Nolan never got back on the boat with them.
And then you have the young lady make a statement, and she says, Nolan and I finished talking, and Nolan said he was going back to the boat. The boys on the boat said, no, Nolan told them he was going to stay with her. So which is it? And all we know is Nolan is dead.
Exactly.
Now, according to Benjamin Crump, the independent findings from Nolan's new autopsy is expected to come in on Friday. And if there were deleted text messages from Nolan's phone, there are a few possible ways those messages will be recovered and hopefully exposing what took place on the island that day. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Now that we're hearing that there were deleted text messages in Nolan's phone before it was returned to his family, what do you think needs to happen next? Reporting live from Hypers Club for Hype Plus News.
You know, good video. I appreciate all the information, you know what I'm saying? Trust and believe, as soon as this autopsy comes out, I'm making another video on this situation because this is really crazy. Today is Thursday, and man, that's just ridiculous to me, bro. That's ridiculous. We already have more contradictory statements. This girl saying that, oh, I'm going back to the island. His friend group is saying, oh, he said he was going to stay, or he's going back to the boat, and his friend group saying he's going to stay on the island. It really just doesn't make any sense to me. And then they're deleting text messages. Come on, man. And at the end of the day, something really important to remember, though, is that there is a real family behind all this. So, again, my condolences to Nolan and his family, and, you know, to anyone else that has been affected by this situation. But, oh, man, but, you know, I'll rest in peace, Nolan. You know, again, once again, my condolences to his family. I hope they can reach, I hope once they get the truth, they can reach some type of peace on the situation. But yeah, guys, if y'all, you know, yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like, subscribe. I'm going to come back to the situation whenever the autopsy report is reviewed. But yeah, I hope y'all have, you know, the best day you can after hearing this. And yeah, peace.